it's very bright. It's cold, but it's very bright. So if you live in areas like Kent or Essex or London or Birmingham or the Midlands, you've probably noticed that there's been a massive increase in the amount of car theft. And as a result, you've probably seen a lot of driveway bollards popping up on people's driveways. In this video, I just want to explain what they are, how they actually work, and why they're so important if you are actually concerned about vehicle theft. Now, you might be asking yourself, who is this guy and why should I listen to him about driveway security? And that's a fair question. My name is Flo. I own a company called Wentworth Protection. We're one of the UK's leading driveway security businesses. We've installed over 1,000 different types of driveway security systems, and to date, we have not yet had a single customer have their car stolen after working with us. But before we get into it, I just want to tell you some crazy statistics about car theft. So in 2024, the police estimate that there was just under 100,000 cars stolen in the UK, which means a car gets stolen literally every couple of minutes. So the risk is very high in this country, and it's much higher than any other European country or even the USA, which is really, really interesting. So people are worried for good reason. A lot of people also say, yeah, but I have car insurance, you know, what's the problem? And you should definitely have good insurance, but here's some more statistics about insurance. On average, it takes 8 weeks to get a payout. So if your car gets stolen, you're going to be without a car and without a payout for sometimes up to 8 weeks. It can be a lot more. So that's 2 months without being able to drive around, having to use some sort of crappy courtesy car, not being able to sort of do your day-to-day routine. So that's a huge hassle. Secondly, you have to deal with all the admin, the police reports, the insurance claims, all that sort of stuff, which obviously really sucks. Thirdly, it's estimated that people only really get up to 70% of the value of their car back, which means if you have a car that's worth £10,000, your payout's probably only going to be about £7,000, which means you're most likely not going to be able to afford the same type of car you had before it got stolen. And finally, this one is the craziest one in my opinion. On average, if your car gets stolen, the next year's premium is going to be 20 to 50% higher. And it will probably stay that way for a good couple of years because you lose your no claims bonus, that sort of thing. So if you were paying, let's say £1,000 a year for your car insurance, next year it's likely to be $1,500. So investing in security really does matter. Insurance matters, but you need to make sure your car can't actually get stolen. So let's get into what security bollards actually are. Security bollards are just another way to stop your car from getting stolen. And there's a huge amount of systems out there. Some people have things like ghost systems, which basically means the car engine can't get started unless you put a certain type of code in. Some people have steering wheel locks. Some people have disc locks. Some people use trackers. If the car gets stolen, it's easier to find it. The issue with almost all of these security systems is that either a thief still has to break into your car to find out that you have a ghost system, that sort of thing. So then you've got a smashed window and all that admin to deal with. Or thieves can still get the car off your driveway. So for example, it's quite common in London to see criminals literally showing up with a flatbed truck and just dragging the car onto the truck and making off with it. So even if you had a steering wheel lock or a ghost immobilizer system or a tracker, the car is still gone. And this is why security bollards are so important. It's because the car literally can't be removed off the driveway unless the thieves use a crane, which is obviously not going to happen. So in this video, I'm just going to explain to you how they actually work, all the different types, and I'll show you one that I've got here and sort of just make a case for why it's probably the best type of security that you can get if you are concerned about car theft. So what you're looking at here is your bread and butter standard telescopic security bollard. This is by far our best selling unit. It doesn't have any of the really fancy features, like it's not remote control, there's no gas strut, there's no lights. It just does the really basic job of stopping your car from being able to leave your driveway. So what you're looking at here is all the underground bit. So when we install telescopic security bollards, we actually dig quite a big hole on the driveway and then place all of this underground and set that in concrete. Now, the reason we do that is it's sort of like a tree. The reason a tree is so strong is because it has that whole root system underground, and that's what gives it that massive strength. So this bollard, even though it's not a massive bollard, this whole thing sits underground, and that's what gives it that massive, massive amount of strength underneath the ground. It's really easy to operate. You literally just pop it down and you're good to go. And then when you want to use it again, you just twist it, lift it up. It literally just takes a couple of seconds and it's incredibly effective. The best part about a bollard generally is that if a thief is walking along the road and they see one of these, they're really likely to just move on to the next house that isn't protected, because to smash through one of these or cut through one of these or drill the lock is really, really difficult. It takes ages, it's incredibly noisy. So thieves are just going to move on to the next house. Now, often when people are buying bollards or speaking to us about bollards, they get confused because there's so many different types. There's hydraulic bollards, lift assist bollards, automatic bollards, battery powered bollards, retractable bollards, fold down bollards, static bollards. There's tons of different types. But if you are just looking to protect your car, my recommendation is that you just buy a really basic, bread and butter, high quality, insurance approved telescopic stainless steel bollard. We do them in many different types of colors. Our team will install it for you, give you all the different types of warranties. And in fact, we're so confident in these things that if you have a car stolen despite having these bollards installed, we'll just give you a full refund, and not on the car, but on the bollards and the installation. We have this really cool tool on our website called Quote Generator. You just go in, you click how big your driveway is, what type of driveway surface you have, and we just ask you a couple of different questions, and we'll give you a price right there and then and a recommendation of what we would put on your driveway. It's really easy, it takes about 60 seconds on our website, it's free to use, and I'll put the link somewhere around here. But if you did have any questions about driveway security in general and advice, just call my team. We'd be more than happy to help you guys out. And yeah, we hope to hear from you soon, and good luck protecting your cars.